Hi everyone, my name is Dana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going through some of my meal toppers that I have that are more powdery, liquid form, different things like that, as opposed to the dehydrated dog treats that I went through earlier. Some of these I do have for sale through my business. I don't have a website. I'm just going through my local farmers market. In the future, I will have a website, and my goal is to make this as accessible as possible. However, with shipping, that obviously does always increase pricing a little bit. So if you are local, I can always schedule a pickup time or meet me at a farmer's market or other places. Follow my business Facebook page. I announce whenever I'm doing any stuff like that. And all of these products I use for my dogs. And basically, like I said, I'm really trying to keep the pricing competitive. I want things to be as accessible for people as possible. So with that being said, if any of these are things that you are interested or curious about, by all means, ask questions in the comments. I'm not sponsored by any of these brands, so I can give you a pretty honest review. Also, I want to do a disclaimer. I do not care if you raw feed or use kibble. I currently do a kibble-based diet with a lot of add-ins and supplements. I really feel like using kibble. I know for a fact my dog is getting the bare minimum of all the nutritional requirements they need, and then I'm adding in more to make it a more enriching and beneficial experience for them. And I feel good about that. I've heard a lot of touch and go stories about raw. I've heard a lot of stories about people whose dogs just cannot tolerate raw food. And I mean, the same can go for kibble. So if you're doing a little bit of both, it helps a lot. So with that being said, I'll get right into the video. So I'll start off with chia seeds. So this is a container I'm reusing and I filled with chia seeds. You can buy a nice big bag of these from a local grocery store probably. I think I found mine in the baking section, but I don't remember. It honestly took me quite a long time to find them, but you can just find them at a store. Just make sure your store actually has them. These provide omega-3s, so they support brain function along with also skin and coat health. They also support joint health too, which is nice, and reduce inflammation. They also are very high in fiber, so that means that supports their digestion and helps them maintain a healthy weight. And the antioxidants that chia seeds have help boost immune systems and obviously aids in your dog's everyday health in tandem with boosting immune system. And also the minerals that they contain can help regulate blood sugar levels. So I'm gonna just take off the cap. They're just tiny little seeds. I don't even know if you can see them. Just tiny little seeds, and I sprinkle them on the top of my dog's food. That's all I do. It's just a nice little sprinkle. Obviously make sure, because too much can be just as bad as too nothing. So too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. Make sure you are giving your dogs an appropriate amount. I have a teeny tiny little scooper and I just sprinkle it on because it's a little bit, you know, just a little bit, not a lot. They don't need a lot. Next up is milk thistle. This is by Chew and Heal, and this is something I do have for sale currently through my business. So it's milk thistle, but then it's also enriched with salmon oil. So you're getting kind of a 2-for-1 deal with this dropper. It supports liver function. It is full of antioxidants as well. It contains omega-3s, omega-6s, and omega-9s. And it has a little bit of moringa oil in it as well too. So obviously liver function, that is kind of important in dogs. And especially with my boys getting older, I would like to support their livers. Especially, it's just a good thing to do, honestly. And obviously a lot of people like using salmon oil, but if you want to do one or the other, I would encourage the milk thistle as opposed to the salmon oil, because it has more in it than just salmon oil. So if all you're adding into your dog's meal is salmon oil, the milk thistle will do more for your dog altogether. And since it has salmon oil in it, it does smell fishy. So that's the one drawback with it. I hate it. And then obviously the oil, it gets everywhere. So that's not fun. Next up is Chicken Sprinkles by Clayton Farms. This one I got a while ago at Tractor Supply. It was on sale. But basically, it has a shaker on one side, the scooper on the other side. I just use a scooper and I do a little sprinkle for all my dogs. But it does have chicken and rosemary extract. Yeah, it says feed maximum 2 teaspoons a day. So this is not something dogs need a lot of, once again. And I'm guessing I do way less than that actually. But obviously, you know, chicken, so that's protein. It also has some fiber and some crude fat. So a little bit of everything. But for me, this is mostly just a taste enhancer to make the dog's meals more appealing. So that's why I add this as opposed to, you know, like, this isn't so much like, here, let me put more stuff into my dog's food to make it healthier. Obviously, the protein always helps. But this is more just like, here, please eat your food. It's mostly for her, and then the boys get it just because I love them. All right, this one is Grody. This is my Norwegian salmon oil. So this is Chew and Heal again. I have this for sale. Wait, no, I might have sold out. So I will have this for sale again whenever I restock. It promotes healthy and happy fur, antibiotic-free salmon, and it's an excellent source of the fatty acids. So obviously, joints, skin, coat, big three that it helps out. And once again, very stinky. And the one that I have, it doesn't have the pump on the top, but you can get a bigger bottle with the pump on the top. But my experience with those is that they are messier because they have the pump on the top. So what I do is I have a little scooper and I just squirt so that the bottom is filled up. I splash, 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 splash. Then I have the scooper set on a tray. And then I'll wash the tray and wash the scooper when I, you know, do that. But that way it helps me minimize mess. And what I've been trying to do as well is do all of the food preparation on the floor so that way the dogs can help me clean up too. But I don't always do that. For me, so I have one crate that has all the dogs' foods and everything on. I have one crate that has all the supplements on and all the add-ins. And then the middle is where I prepare the food. And that's really convenient for me, but I know, like, to keep that area cleaner, it would be beneficial to do it on the floor. So I've been trying to transition myself out of that routine. So next up is Allergy Aid, Chew and Heal. Once again, this is another one I have for sale, but then I also use for my dogs. And this has been probably the one where I am very glad I got it when I did, because it was right when Wisconsin was having all those air quality issues, and this supports respiratory function and health. So even though Gunner's the only one with allergies, I was giving it to the other two just in case, mostly for their respiratory health. And it smells good to me, and it tastes good. Ammo is my pickiest eater, and she picks through, eats everything delicious off the top, and then eats her kibble last. And I watched her. She'd obviously eat the dehydrated things right away, and then immediately would go for the Allergy Aid. Like, she really likes the way they taste. So some of them are kind of grody, some of them are ugh. This is more on the pricey side, that is for sure. But once again, I'm trying to make it as accessible as possible for people. So if you do want a good Allergy Aid, I do really like this one. And it has 90 soft chews. So this is like 3 months of Allergy Aid for your dogs. So here, let me open it up real quick. Just little tiny, whatever. Yeah, you want some. And other than respiratory health, they help with skin and coat, immune support, seasonal allergies, and then they're packed with antioxidants and omega fatty acids. Then also, obviously, it says supports respiratory health on this side too. So the one thing is make sure you're giving your dog the appropriate amount. So if you have a huge dog, this will not be 90 days of allergy support. They require 6 soft chews a day. But even then, you know, like I said, this is a very beneficial one. Yeah, so it contains omega-3 fatty acids, turmeric oil, grape seed extract, quercetin, pumpkin powder, bromelain, something I can't pronounce and something I can't pronounce. So yeah, really good. And like I said, really, I mean, I have no complaints with that product personally. I really enjoy it. And then lastly is kelp powder. So this is like one of the essentials, in my opinion. This is like dog toothpaste. If you sprinkle this on top of their food, that helps softens their plaque. That's a toothpaste. And then I know I said in the past, rabbit ear toothbrush. If you can do the best combo you could possibly do, in my opinion, the dental combo is this and then the rabbit ear. Just, okay, we're good to go. And it's made out of organic Icelandic kelp. And then you just sprinkle it on top of wet or dry food. So it is okay if you get this wet. It doesn't have to be dry to do its business. But it also supports healthy thyroid function and also supports fur and skin growth too. So that's very nice. But then it also reduces the dental plaque, because what kelp does, it softens it. So I've been doing the kelp actually way longer than I did rabbit ears. But like I said, putting the two together, that's where it's like, whoa, okay, I see something happening very quickly. Unless your dog is a super chewer, then you'll see something quickly with just the kelp probably. But if your dog isn't, then give them something crunchy to help the plaque remover do its job, the kelp to do its job, and you will see results. That is it for some of my meal toppers that I have right now that I wanted to talk about. If you have any questions in the comments, leave them. I'd love to talk to you and answer them. Also, I am doing a giveaway for Gunner's birthday through my business. So the information should be on the screen. Basically, just check out my Facebook page. I'll link it, or I'll show you the picture to look for. It's Shooting Star Pet Services. The one thing is right now, in today's economy, and with just starting off in the business world, if you aren't able to pick up the gift for the giveaway, I will ask you to cover the shipping for it. And if that's not something you're interested in, right now, otherwise then I will pass and move on to another winner. But just be mindful about that. Even if you're interested in future giveaways, a lot of them will be on my business page. So make sure to follow that on Facebook. I will be doing some YouTube giveaways as well, but that'll be for once I'm monetized. So who knows how long that will be, because obviously I'm focusing on my business first. But even if you're just interested in some of the products and you want to learn more, or you'd be interested in future giveaways, like I said, follow my Facebook. That is where all of the giveaways will be announced, and I will also announce YouTube giveaways on there too, and then send you to whatever video is announcing the giveaway. What that giveaway will cover for Gunner's birthday is some of his favorite treats and toys. So I don't want to spoil the surprise, because basically it's like me giving a birthday present to your dog for Gunner's birthday. So I want it to be like that kind of surprise until you win. But I'll give you a hint that there will probably be some dehydrated dog treats in there. And there will probably be a few, of the super chewer toys in there. Maybe a fetching ball perchance, who knows. And then alongside that, you will get a coupon for some of my services, which if you're not in the area, that won't be too beneficial to you, but I still do digital art. You will also get a free digital pet portrait of your dog. So all I ask is that it's a singular dog pet portrait. But then if you have two dogs and you win and you're not in the area, you can use the coupon to get, 15% off another pet portrait of the same style. So you could get both of them together. And then you will also get a wood cookie with a paw print on it. And I think that's everything. Offhand, I think that's everything. It'll show more in the description and on Facebook. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. My goal is within the next year to hopefully be monetized. That's very ambitious, but we're getting close to the subscribers amount. Now it's just the watch time amount. So if you made it to the end, let me know. And obviously, I will be announcing giveaways at the end of the video. So make sure to stick around consistently, because I'm planning a lot of giveaways. I can tell you right now, I'm planning on doing something for Halloween, and I'm planning on doing something for his birthday, which is in November. Then I'd like to do something for Christmas as well too. It just like for this year alone, I probably will have at least 4 giveaways now, because for my business, getting, you know, more people viewing what I have to offer is always good. But then obviously, you know, it's something I can use in my videos and advertise my videos too, because I'm my own business. This video is sponsored by me. But yeah, so that being said, you know, if you are interested in giveaways and you want giveaways, and for right now, like I said, if you're okay with covering the shipping, once I get monetized, I will get more comfortable about covering the shipping. So it won't be forever. But that's where, watch to the end of the videos, because I can get monetized faster, and then the giveaway can be wherever. But yeah, otherwise that is it for today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!